Hello, fellow ATM 101 classmates. This is Jessica Wert reporting on Unit 3 on my fourth floor 5-day weather and temperature observations. In case you don't remember, for my first screencast, my weather station is set up on the fourth floor near Airport Way, about less than 1 mile from the Chinook River in Fairbanks, Alaska. I did my observations around 10:30 p.m. every evening, starting on January 30th, 2012, and ended on February 3rd, 2012. In the beginning of the week, due to limitations of the thermometer, in the extreme cold, I had problems getting my readings in a timely manner. On the first day, the current temperature was negative 24.8 degrees and negative 31.6. I'm sorry that white bar doesn't go all the way over. Barometric pressure was 986. The max pressure was negative 20.2 Fahrenheit, and the min was negative 39 Fahrenheit, which that doesn't make any sense either. I obviously got the numbers switched around here. I guess it's trial and error. Average temperature was negative 29.6 and negative 33.1. Halfway through the week, the current temperature was negative 0.3 on both sides. Barometric pressure was 1010. The max was 2.6 negative Fahrenheit, and the min was negative 6.1 Fahrenheit, and the current temperature was negative 1.75 and 1.95. At the end of my week of observations, the current temp was negative 5 Fahrenheit and negative 8 Fahrenheit. Barometric pressure was 1006. The max was negative 5 and negative 6.5. And the current temperature was negative 3 and negative 2. So it warmed up as the week went on. That was lucky for us and for our equipment. And it made for a very interesting week of observations. As you can see on this graph, temperatures are bouncing all around this week. Air temperatures were anywhere from almost negative 40 up to a little above 0. I was talking to my grandfather, who lived in Golconda for 20 years in the 60s and 70s with his 3 children and wife, and he said he has a picture of 2 thermostats, or thermometers I should say. The inside one is reading 70 degrees, and the outside thermometer is reading negative 70 degrees. I've never seen that picture, but that would certainly be something to see. Just looking at this barometric pressure grid, you can pretty much tell how the weather, precipitation-wise and temperature-wise, is. In the beginning of the week, it was pretty clear, no clouds in sight. It was nighttime when I was doing my observations, but pretty much I could see that it was pretty clear skies. No clouds in sight, and it's a lower barometric pressure. Then as the week goes on, it gets a little bit warmer the next day, and then it spikes way up. The pressure's building up, and then we start to get some fog, and then on Friday, it all let loose, and it was looking like a blizzard out there. Barometric pressure was up pretty high, and then it started to come down a little bit after it had its release of snow. So it's really neat how, not even knowing what the temperature was or that it snowed, you pretty much guess just from the barometric pressure readings what happened throughout the week. It's a really neat thing. I've never even realized realized that before. So this is my 5-day weather observation final copy that I submitted to the teacher. I wish these would have been aligned right. I'm usually a perfectionist, but I'm learning new skills, and so I'm learning to cope for right now. I'll never get it done if I sit here and obsess about it. So anyway, in the beginning of the week, the air was still. I didn't notice the air moving at all. Now, as the barometric pressure went up and the temperatures warmed up, it seemed like there was a little bit of a front rolling in, and the winds picked up a little bit on Thursday. It was moving just the slightest bit. And Friday, wow, like I said, that snow was coming down. I haven't seen it snow like that for a while. Big flakes, and it was coming in sideways. It was really, really falling. Now that wasn't when I was reading, but that was in the afternoon. And then it calmed down when I was doing my readings in the evening around 10:30. But for that afternoon, for a couple hours, it was really coming down. So yeah, it was a really interesting week. Up here in Alaska, it's not like you get the standard weather. It's nothing that you can pretty much count on. But this is really interesting. I was hoping to see some northern lights this week, but that didn't happen either. That's why I thought it might be a bonus doing my observations in the evening. On a little bit of a side note, we decided to take the family and go up to UAF Museum so that the kids can see the little leggies special thing that they're having right now. And we had the camera with, and I decided to take a picture. This picture was about 2 in the afternoon. You can see a little bit of, oh, what'd that do that for? Sorry, hold on a second. It's bouncing all around here. You can see a little, very faint, the mountain ranges, and the sky cover is pretty thick. You see a little patch here where it doesn't seem like there's that thick of clouds. There must have been some pretty thick fog around the mountains. And this is another view looking like towards the Anchorage way. I didn't have my compass with because I didn't plan on doing this, but you can see the mountain range there a little bit more clear here, and there's a little clear patch above. Not really clear, but it's thinner. It's not the darker gray clouds. I thought we might get some snow, but I didn't see any. Maybe it snowed when we were in the museum. And as we were walking around the museum, I found this. I thought that was a really neat compass. It didn't have any information right next to it, which I was hoping it could say like what year it was made and stuff, unless for some reason I missed it while I was trying to chase the kids around the museum, making sure they didn't touch everything. And then we came out, it was just a little bit before 5 o'clock, and you can see the nice sunset, and you can see that the mountain's much better, and it seems like the clouds are thicker above us and darker, which again, I thought we would still get some snow, but I didn't see any. This is looking towards, I guess, more like the Delta way. And then this is the Anchorage way, I know that. This is, so this is Sheep Creek Road. And there's the greenhouse. And that's just a beautiful sunset. And I like the little clouds, bloop, 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 right there. And then it's thick. It's just a really different variation of the clouds too. You can see it's nice and clear, no fog on the roadways, or low-lying fog, I should say. But I thought that'd be neat as a little side note. I kind of winged the screencast. The last one I wrote everything down, but there was so much information to say, which I know I forgot some, but I kind of get tongue-tied. I haven't taken my speaking class yet up at UAF, and I'm just a horrible speaker to begin with. So it seems like with this, it's easier to wing it off the hip as if I'm talking to someone. All in all, it was a good week. A little bit overwhelmed. I'm hoping next week things will kind of like mellow out. I won't be learning as much new skills, so I can, fine-tune the skills that I've already learned. Had a little bit of problems. I don't know if you can notice. Let's see if I can go up here. With this and this graph, I could not cut and paste and drag it onto my screenshot. I actually took a picture of it with my Canon camera and then loaded it onto my computer using a codec software and then trimmed it and then drug it onto here. So if it looks a little off or dark or like you can see like little lines, it's because I had to take a picture of it. So sometimes I have a Mac and sometimes it just doesn't want to work with certain softwares and it just will not do it. It's very temperamental sometimes. I love my Mac, but sometimes it can be very much of a headache. So I hope everyone had a good week, and as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to start with my readings and get on to the next lesson. I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you guys.